The method and program you're about to learn really isn't about written accents. It's about building thematic vocabulary sets and knowing how to say, hear, read, and write any word and all words in Spanish, confidently and, for the most part, correctly. Before we begin, you're watching a new video for 2021 inspired by feedback from some really fantastic Spanish teachers. It's a mini lesson on some important linguistic concepts and terms. Let's get started. Morphology is the study of shapes. If one thing morphs into something else, it changes shape. In linguistics, we study the shapes that make up words. And those shapes are called morphemes. The shapes that make up words are meaningful chunks, like puzzle pieces that we put together to make a bigger picture. This word has two basic shapes, or morphemes, a root and a suffix. You know a lot of Spanish suffixes that add meaning to a root, so you know a lot of morphemes. Suffixes can even be broken down into smaller morphemes, a suffix in a suffix. You can add more suffixes, another morpheme. Besides roots and suffixes, prefixes are also morphemes. We can put together morphemes to make one word that contains all the information from each one. Now we have a big word that we can pronounce. One of the first steps to pronunciation, spelling, and written accents is dividing words into syllables, but the traditional method leads you down the wrong path from the start. As you work through this module, you'll see that pronunciation is directly related to morphemes. Dividing a word by syllables is not the same as dividing it by morphemes. Sometimes the division is the same. But usually it isn't, and this is a problem. This syllable straddles two morphemes. The L is the last letter of one morpheme, and the A is the first letter of another. This syllable does the same. It straddles two morphemes. Syllables have no meaning, but morphemes do. As you can see, dividing a word by syllables is completely at odds with morphology. Syllable division is the same as hyphenation, which is really nothing more than punctuation. We don't think that hyphenation is all that important or helpful. Let's reframe the concept of syllables. Each syllable makes a beat. This word has 4 syllables, so it has 4 beats. And in Spanish, the heart of each syllable is a single vowel. So if you can count the vowels, you can count the beats. Instead of thinking about syllable division, it's more helpful and a lot easier to just count the beats. Make sense? Great. We have one more topic to cover in our mini lesson on linguistics. Have you heard the term diphthong? What about the term hiatus? Funny thing is, these are topics covered in elementary language arts in Spanish-speaking countries, even starting in first grade. In Spanish, the letter I in front of another vowel naturally fades in. 2 vowels make one beat. And the letter U does the same. I and U are called weak vowels, and the others are called strong vowels. In these combinations, the strong vowel carries the beat. So each of the 2 weak vowels naturally fades in to the 3 strong vowels. Also, the weak vowels fade in to each other. When 2 vowels make one beat, it's called a diphthong. When the first vowel fades in to the second, it's called an ascending diphthong. There are 8 ascending diphthongs. Just remember that the weak vowels not only fade in to the strong vowels, they also fade in to each other. When a weak vowel comes after a strong vowel, it fades out. These are called descending diphthongs, and there are 6. Notice that sometimes 3 of them are spelled with a Y instead of an I, Y instead of y latina. In those cases, Y makes the sound of a vowel, so the diphthong sounds the same. It's still considered a consonant. Put a pin in that for later. Let's not worry about those combinations right now. Again, we have 6 descending diphthongs when the weak vowel fades out, and 8 ascending diphthongs when the weak vowel fades in, including when they fade in to each other. We already said that to count the beats in a word, just count the vowels. But watch out for diphthongs when 2 vowels make 1 beat. This word has 5 vowels, but only 4 beats. The U fades in to the A. It's an ascending diphthong, wa. This word has 4 vowels, but only 3 beats. The I fades out from the A. It's a descending diphthong, ai. This word has 3 vowels. How many beats? 3. E and A make 2 separate beats. A diphthong has to have an I or a U. The break between the vowels is called a hiatus. You may think of a break from work or a break from school, but in linguistics, a hiatus is a break between vowels. This word has 4 vowels. How many beats? 4. A and O make 2 separate beats. Neither one is an I or a U. There's a break between them, a hiatus. Got it? So, just how common are diphthongs? You may be surprised. They definitely show up frequently, even in the most basic vocabulary. Any more? There's another one. You really can't avoid them. Most stem changes are indeed diphthongs. They are everywhere, and they are easy to explain to beginners right away. The sooner a learner knows how neighboring vowels interact, the better. Confident pronunciation supports listening, writing, and reading, all the skills for communication. The next video explains the new and simple morphology-based paradigm for pronunciation, specifically prosody, which is the rhythm of words and sentences. It's not a video lesson for your students, it's for you, the teacher, whether you're shaky on the traditional rules or you know them like the back of your hand. Let's go!